quality. Put it on large.
What was it on before?
I put it on small, man, because I was taking photos of shit that didn't matter. You gotta pay attention to that stuff. All right, Aloy.
Ready?
Yeah, man. Let's put some stencil on you. God, I really tweaked out on that little city. Fuck, it's like way nicer than I thought. I can't believe I have to fucking match that. Fuck. Why did I do that? It's like way too much work. Shit. Shit. Did I really do it that looks that good? Somehow it looks that good? And why did I put that much work into it? And now I have to do it again. I can do it again now. I can do it again. I can manage it.
When you're dealing with people who are their harshest critics, the work's going to be amazing. I don't know, I think Grime's been pushing himself so hard for so long. We spoke about it a long time ago, and I said to him, do you think if you didn't have the accident when you were a kid, that you would push yourself as hard as you do, or are you trying to prove something because of the burns and because of the accident? And he was like, of course I am. I make myself push myself more because of what happened. And he's super honest about it. And that made sense to me. No one is gonna be able to work as hard as him unless they're him. I mean, I'm not speaking for him. This is my own perception of it. You don't have this insane hurdle that he deals with every day. So the way he gets over that hurdle is by crushing everybody in tattooing.
I don't think there's a lot of difference between my work and a lot of people's work besides I think I'm able to get my personality through in a lot of my work. Probably think I'm kind of crazy. That's probably what I think.
Everybody across the board has complete respect for Grime. Whether you love his style or just kind of like it or don't like it at all, you can appreciate the work that went into it.
There's only so much that I could seek for outside world. I'm not so insecure that I'm going to get rattled by, some people going, I don't know if he's that good, or I don't really like his tattoos. Not to say, if everybody in the world thinks my tattoos suck and I think they're great, I'm going to be walking around thinking that I'm, king shit at Turd Island. But if I can get reward out of it, then then for me, then it's nice, Stone sword. Good.
We have people coming from all over the world, mainly to see Grime because that's his spot. And the guy's been consistent ever since I've met him. He's always been a cool cat and he's always spoke his mind, but he hasn't been like Mr. Tattoo Ego Tattitude guy. So I appreciate that.
What is the name of your shop?
Skull and Sword.
Who works there?
Me. YUTARO SAKAI, Henry Lewis, and Lango. They seek, I think, a lot of the same lines as I do. They're not trying to be on a TV show or be fucking, whatever. They're trying to do work. They want to improve their work. That's important to them. They're not interested in being famous tattoo person. They seek satisfaction from the work itself.
Every day is like there's something new to be learned from anyone. It's funny, we have this dynamic in the shop where Grime and YUTARO, the older cats, and then on the more technical side.
Really? Yeah.
And they're a little quieter than we are. And then Lango and I, we control the back room. We're like a little loud and like mad, like personally expressive. But the dynamic in the shop just works really well with each other because everyone has something to bring to the table no matter what. He's slightly a little quieter until you rouse him a little. Then he's like right with all the boys.
What happened? What happened to the girl that you were thinking is probably really good material, marrying material, because she doesn't do coke? Remember her? Remember her? That was amazing.
I think when Grime and I first met, we connected on a wise-ass level because we didn't know each other at all. I had these sunglasses on that I thought were super cool. And I thought, break the ice. And I was just like, dude, stop sweating my sunglasses. I was like, you want to try them on? And without missing a beat, he goes, no, thanks. I don't have any fucking ears, so how would I try them on? So I was like, oh, man. And then he just started cracking up, and the other dude started laughing. He's like, you see his face? See his face? I fucking got him. And I was like, oh my God, like, all right, this guy's a complete dick. Got it. All right, cool. So then that was kind of how it was. It was just back and forth, breaking each other's balls kind of a thing.
You guys had a wide angle lens enough for Grime's hairdo?
I think people are in love with his personality more than anything, and then the work is like an extra bonus, No two pieces are the exact same, ever. That's ill. Like every day is something new.
His technique is amazing. And also, like after he's been tattooing for 17, 18 years, and he still managed to progress every time, and that's incredible, I think.
A lot of the guys that work with him can't help but be influenced by his work, working with him on a daily basis. He has his own look. So the shop has got a certain look that's unique to itself. I think a big part of what makes up their look is detail and effects and drawing skill. And the ability to do something unique and the desire to create something unique and not just kind of adapt to what's come before them.
There's a lot of good tattooers out there, but not a lot of people push stuff like to the limit, and he's been doing that for a long time.
I definitely get to express myself in certain ways because I have a lot of freedom with my clients, and I don't know, I'm really fortunate to let me just push some of the stuff, like they say, oh, I want a skull on my back, that I get to go, okay, well, what do I want that thing to look like, or what are we going to do with it? And you try to create expression or something, whatever it is, or an idea or a look, And to me, that's very satisfying to be able to do that and to see it. Even though most of the time I don't really like most of my tattoos. Afterwards, I don't know if it's like a hypercritical eye or something. Sometimes it's just having expectation of seeing something that's not fully finished yet and wanting it to look better.
When Grime's tattooing you, if he starts with like single needle stuff, it's the most evil, brutal shit, and he's kind of like laughing about it. So it's like you're kind of thinking, what's wrong with him? He works feverishly to a point where you think like there's a gun to his head for some reason, and you don't know why he's trying to work so fast and so crazy and kind of talking to himself. Because if you know him, there's 10,000 things going around in his head. It's like a hornet's nest in there, so his hands are just keeping up. I was actually talking to my girlfriend on the way here. She said something like, Grime's style is really weird. And I said, it is. She's like, it's beautiful, but it's weird. It's his thing. I'd say grimy stuff is tweaky. Everything is so tweaked out and so overdone, but with enough restraint where it doesn't fuck it up.
He had this piece in the Iron Will book, and it was like a vampire woman. There was no line work in her bottom jaw. And her bottom jaw was like this big black gaspy like mouth. And for some reason, like it's something new, but you could tell it was based off of traditional, Or he did like a snake and a bell, and then the snake's made out of this really weird smoke and dots, that type of stuff, But anyway, that's coming from his head. That's his style, And that's the type of stuff I like, that pushes me.
To me, he seemed very, almost angry at the idea of the status quo, like the, you know, conforming to a style or not putting your mark on something, like it had to be unique or it wasn't worth doing at all. And he was very almost obsessive about getting away from any kind of mediocre quality.
You know, I think about art a lot. I think about what I want tattoos to look like. I think about the things I like and don't like in tattooing in my own work or other people's work, and then I apply those. I think about that stuff a lot. Try to execute in a way so that I can get the most amount of like pleasure, visual pleasure from my work, both in like impact and the dynamic aspect. Yeah, those are really important to me. I mean, I have pieces that I actually like. Tomorrow, the guy I'm tattooing, he's got a sleeve I really like. It's kind of older now, but I still really like it. I wouldn't do the same one again, but for overall, I really like the tattoo. It moves really well on his arm. I like the way it looks. I like the colors. Yeah, I mean, not to sound too full of myself, I don't think it looks like anyone else's work. I think to me that's very important. I don't want my work to look like other people's work. I want it to look like what I did. If I can't distinguish my work from two other guys, well, maybe they should just do the tattoos. What am I here for? You know, to me, there's some of that involved in tattooing. You know, I want to look at work that I've done and go, oh, wow, like, that's cool. I created that. I put a lot of energy into that. I put a lot of conception into that. And wow, look, it kind of came together, kind of gelled together after all that work and all that thought and everything else. Because we don't have a lot, you know, so the tattoos go away. It's nice to see them sometimes, and to have a good photo is sometimes nice. I'll have tracings that you think I should throw away. Besides that, you know, I don't have much of tattooing.